Welcome to the We Are Watch channel. I'm one half of the team, J. Shuman. I got my partner
I am SHAQ.
here with me, and today we just go kind of jump right into the word of the day. And our word of the day today is Actionable. I'm gonna say it one more time, Actionable. It means the struggles and the difficulties of danger. So me and my brother and a fellow channel member, man, we was just discussing about life and the obstacles we had to go through, the challenges that we had to go through. And one thing about it, man, in life, we have so many talents, so many gifts, so many assets. But when we're going down the path of life, we got obstacles too. So today's episode is gonna be how to overcome obstacles. So my brother, my first question to you is, what are some obstacles you encounter? How did you overcome them?
Great word of the day. I'm still kind of stuck on how to pronounce it. But I think what you said hit it on the nail. I don't know if I can answer that question in a rhetorical way, but I can just say I look at obstacles as opportunities. There are many obstacles that I went to. It's not about if, it's about when. And I think a lot of people have to understand the importance of when an obstacle or a challenge is going to arise.
First off, I appreciate your sincerity and also your truthfulness, man. And as we was just talking about this topic, man, I kind of went back to my overall life. And obstacles, let's define it first. Before we even talk about anything, let's define it. It's a thing that blocks one way or hinder the progress, right? And I remember at one point in the stage in my life, bro, I used to go through obstacles, and man, when it come, I just, oh man, why me? And I experienced anger, you know what I'm saying? And I use my fist as an outlet. I use my anger as an outlet, right? So I remember it all came in full circle, and it came to a boiling point, and I was like in 11th grade. And my teacher told me, she said, James, you got so much potential, but when obstacles come, you whine. And when she initially told me that, I was like, what? And it hit me with so much conviction, bro. Like, I had to think about how I assess everything in my life. And then it came to the point, man, that obstacles gonna come. Whether if it's family, I done got betrayed before by family, friends, lost loved ones. All of these things are obstacles, bro. And then I had to kind of understand how to overcome it. And I'm still working on it. We on our journey of life, man. We ain't perfect, but we just going through it, and we just hope to become better at it. And one thing I could probably say how I overcame it or how I'm overcoming it is just changing my perspective.
How so?
Change my perspective. So let me use this example, bro. Like, so when we talk about, like, if you going, say for example, you're going through the fire, you can get burned, right? You can get fired. I'm just being authentic, bro. Like, you could get burnt by the fire, but the fire really can't kill you. It's all about if you stay in there, because after the fire, what come after the fire? Smoke. Now, if you stay in that obstacle, then you gonna get strangled. The smoke can strangle you. You got asthma. It could take you out of here. So how I overcame it just by changing my perspective. How I changed my perspective by not looking at things as the end all be all, by looking at it as maybe this a season that I gotta go through in order for whatever I gotta get to extrapolate out of. So, for example, I could use far as school-wise, man. Like, you have certain people that's gifted, then you got certain people that gotta work hard. I believe myself, I gotta work hard for it. It's not gonna come easy. It's not gonna come in the snap of a finger. I gotta work hard for it. And there's one point in time when I probably used to, oh man, why I gotta go through this? No, embrace it. That's all I'm saying. That's how I changed my perspective. That's all. That's what I can give to the people. How I looked at obstacles and how I processed it and how I overcame it. That's how it came from me, my brother. That's what I got, and that's what made me better. So I see you probably got a little disagreement. So I'm gonna let you go ahead and take the floor.
No, I mean, I agree with you. Thank you for opening up and sharing that. I mean, you mentioned one part though that I gotta ask you a question on that I just disagree with you on. So you mentioned you use your fist. You used to use your fist. So we talking about childhood, right?
Yeah,
When you
yeah. I
mentioned when
mean,
you was
just
in the 11th grade, you mentioned how you use your fist. You talking about on people?
I mean,
Or are you talking about just hitting the wall or what? What are you talking about?
let me just say this, my
Like
brother.
you said, you
Let
would
me say,
use
my
your
brother.
fist
I'm
because
gonna say this.
because I really want to say this. You gave your spell. I want to say this. I don't think that, and we being authentic. You might be mad and probably hit me after, but I don't think you. Yeah, everything you encounter, you learn from your perspective, and I agree. Loss of a loved one, I sympathize with you, my brother. I really do. From the bottom of my heart, I really do. But your struggles wasn't real like that. Like y- what you saying, like your struggle wasn't real like that. Like I don't think that yeah, you got through it and it is you overcame your success and you still dealing with it, and that's really what life is all about. But how I mentioned before, I look at obstacles as opportunities and having the ability and the strength to endure and persevere through anything. So when I mentioned that your struggle wasn't real and what mine. I think the people really want to know what is a struggle. So I'm gonna say this. I know what a struggle is. I know what a hardship is. I know what a circumstance is. I know what a trial is. Most important, I know what adversity is. I've been experiencing obstacles since I was a child, bro. That's through my childhood. That's what through my community, and that's through my environment, right? I come from the projects. I come from paper plates, paper spoons, plastic spoons, welfare, WIC, child support. You know what I'm saying? No father in the household. Lost my mother at 17, right? Got shot in the neck with a shotgun. I done lived that life, bro. So what you saying now, I agree with you, what you done, but I'm saying the struggles were real. I was pepper sprayed for fighting a teacher. Got expelled 22 days in the 6th grade. I was in alternative school, right? They used to, when you talk about fists, I was a fighter. I stepped into anybody in the school. I was off the chain. I had teachers and naysayer and doubter that told me that I wasn't gonna see the age of 21, and I still got the opportunity and the ability and strength to endure. So when we talk about obstacles and struggle, let the people know. Talk that talk.
No, I
Because
mean,
I think that when you use your fit, you talking about anger. That's a form of depression. That's a form of anxiety that you went through and
no,
that's
no,
a
no,
challenge.
no, no. I
But when
wouldn't.
I asked you, did you use your fist? What did you use it on something? Did you use it on a wall? Did you utilize it on people? Because I done lived that life, my brother.
I
And
mean,
last time I checked, man, like I said, I done went from government assistance. You know what I'm saying? I done stayed in the projects, EBT food stamps, all that. I lived that, bro. I lived that struggle, bro.
no, I mean, and look. And one thing we're gonna do is and I'm a big advocate of this, bro. Like we're not going to supersede our obstacles over nobody else because we all go through obstacles. I don't care if you stay in the hood, if you stay in the suburbs, bro. We all go through obstacles.
That's true.
So, in the answer your question, and it's not the brag, because anybody know me, I'm not a boaster or bragger. I just tell it like it is. If I use my fist, I didn't use it on walls. I use it on people. And I shared some of the things you went through, as far as get suspended from school, got put in the all boys class. They shoot the people used to call me the troublemaker. All of those things I went through. Yeah, maybe I didn't grow up in the hood. I grew up in the household with my mom and my sister. My mom and dad wasn't together. Everything wasn't sweet. Everything wasn't. However, man, like you said, Foz, and I kind of agree with it. I don't. You said, Foz, there are opportunities, there are the opportunity, but you have to grow through that opportunity. It might be an opportunity at the end, but you have to change your perspective. You have to understand that. And I don't want to get biblical, but it's good that I was afflicted. It was good that I was afflicted. But at the end of the day, we gotta go through the storm, and we can't compare our obstacles to nobody else. And
But that's
man,
true. That's
bro.
true. That's true. I agree with you. I'm just basically saying that I got a little touched by it because it made me think about my childhood. Like I said, bro, I agree with you. I wouldn't be sitting right here today if it wasn't for my mother, who was a strong woman, and with the help of God, since you want to go biblical, right? With the help of God and my mother, who built a strong foundation and put all boys, which I had all brothers, no sisters, right? In the Boys and Girls Club, big brothers and big sisters, to keep us out of the trouble, to keep us away from gangs and drugs and murderers and all type of bad violence in the environment that I come from. So I agree. Everybody is dealing with the process, right? I think that and obstacles. I think that sometimes in life people they want their character to be the giant, right? They want their character to be viewed as a giant, but they don't want to climb the mountains. The mountains that we go through, I agree, there are obstacles. We got to keep pushing it. We got to keep climbing that mountain when we don't know how that bill gonna get paid, when we don't know how we gonna eat our next meal, when we don't know how our kids won't do right in the household, when we in a relationship problem, a marriage problem, a financial problem, a healthcare problem, a loss of a loved one, right? Which you and I both encounter. Even when somebody upset us right here, we are why, right? Productions. We have to continue to endure and persevere, right? And I think obstacles really was designed to help build our perseverance. That's just me. So when I agree with you, when you talked about it, we have to celebrate ourselves. It brings that uniqueness, right, about us, right? It identifies who we are. And so I had successful failures, right? I just mentioned it to you. But it was the help of others. It was the help of the foundation. Now I am still overcoming obstacles, but I think that I had to touch on the overcoming extreme obstacles because those types of obstacles that I went through, I wouldn't be sitting here today. I probably would be dead or in jail, right? I came from the class of 12, bro. Been out of high school 10 years. And I would think it's about 40 people that's not here that I graduated with, right? And so for all my naysayers, all my doubters, all the people that looked it down on me and talked it down on me, thank you. Thank you. Thank you because you pushed me for what you said about me. And I'm still here because I was able to overcome those extreme obstacles that young men encounter and be frustrated with that they can't endure when they are coming from a rough environment like I came.
And I mean, you said certain obstacles, man, that you went through extreme obstacles, and they were extreme. I can agree with that. But the thing is, something that you always say: what are the solutions? We talked about obstacles in our lives, and we don't have it all together, people. We don't. We don't. I mean, I got obstacles that I gotta prepare and take care of in the upcoming weeks. I don't have it all together. I'll be the first one to admit that. But something that you always say, bro, what is the solution? Um, Obviously we don't went through obstacles and as you said, using your fists and getting put out of school, those things propel you to be the man that you are today. And you might not be the man that you envision yet, but you better than you was 10 years ago, 12 years ago, 15 years ago. You better. So what are the solutions? Some of the solution I feel like is what kind of helped me out was what inspired me, what drive me. Like, as you said, bro, I can't really, I really can't go with or feel your pain, like how you said, as far as probably going without food, paper plates and all. Yeah, I had paper plates, but everything was tangible. It was coming. It was coming. However, man, it's like, what is the solution? I feel like what inspire you would drive you. Obviously, you coming from humble beginnings, a dark place that drove you to being the man that you are today. The circumstances I went through, it drove me to be the man that I am today. So I feel like those one of the solutions that's what inspire you, what drive you, man. Anyone that you want to give us, what are the solutions? You always give us solutions on finance. You always give us solution on behavior, mindset. We talked about the mind a lot. This this season? What are the solutions as far as when obstacles form? Because they will form. Believe they will form, but they ain't gonna prosper. What are the solutions that you can help out a young teenager, a young adult? Don't need about the females either. We support the ladies as well. Ladies that's going through obstacles. What are the solutions? What are some of key the key qualities that you would give to them to go through that?
Right. Let me see. Are we crapping for time? So let me just give you something off the top of my head. RRR. Reset, refocus, reprogram. Don't become frustrated with obstacles. Reset, recreate better thoughts. Refocus, focus on positivity. And reprogram, change your system, change your environment. I think this is one of the solutions that they can take. And I'll leave them with this. It was once said, you either are not in the storm, you either just got out of the storm, or you even headed in the storm. Which one are you? Are you in the storm? Did you just get out of the storm? Or are you headed in the storm? But don't become frustrated with obstacles. Floor is yours, my brother.
And I'm gonna wrap it up. Something I would like to share to the people is obstacles are not here to incarcerate you. It's only to improve. That's all. Uh, and just one quick story about myself. Man, as we create this platform, I would never been on camera. You know, that was an obstacle for me. Far as making sure my voice right and just being overcritical, over analyzing myself. And man, it was an obstacle for me, having cameras shoved into you. But obviously, and I'm not there where I want to be. But however, man, I overcame it by, good people that surrounded by me. As you say, putting yourself in a good environment, yourself, our producers, and encouraging people, encouraging encouraging your friends, encouraging your associates. And that's what helped me, and obviously confidence in myself as well. So we gave out some good solutions as far as how to overcome obstacles. And hopefully that it resonate with you guys. Man, we love y'all. We appreciate y'all. And you might not be where you want to be, but you will get there. Just continue to fight. Continue just to put on a good fight and change your perspective. And everything will come in full circle as you envision it to be. I on behalf of the team, Jay Shuman,
I am SHAQ.
because we are why.
We are why not. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. That's it.